Hello everyone, welcome to today's POCO launch event. Thank you all for joining us on the stream today. As some of you have already heard, today we'll be talking about X series, one of the 3 existing POCO global series available now, and it may be the most popular series yet. As of right now, with our 2 X models, POCO X-Ray NFC and X-Ray Pro, we have shipped more than 8.8 million of them. They're just staggering. We really appreciate how much the fans love the product. But not just the fans in the industry. From a top-tier tech media, GSM Arena give many kind words on both X-Ray NFC and Pro. A magnificent mid-ranger for the POCO X-Ray NFC. And flagship-level performance for the X-Ray Pro at an unbeatable price. It's always encouraging to the POCO team. We get such kind words by the media in the industry. So, X series definitely one of the most beloved series, not just in POCO, but in the mobile industry. And today, we are super excited and proud to bring you a new X series family member, the long-awaited POCO X-Ray GT. POCO X-Ray GT is all about speed, past power. We know there's some great performance value smartphones on the market, but X-Ray GT takes that to the next level. I mean, we have to start with the performance. Our X series has always focused heavily on the performance. In the past 2 X series, we have had great processors, and it was clear we will want to take the X-Ray GT to the next level. A true flagship chipset that has an absolute all-around performance for everything you need. So, which flagship chipset is featured? Today, we'll be debuting for the very first time in UAE. MediaTek Dimensity 1100, a real flagship performance chipset. I know there are some fans out there who don't know much about Dimensity 1100 or already have an impression of it. And there's really one word to describe: underrated. This is a chipset that has really been flying under the radar. After learning more about Dimensity 1100, I really want to share some amazing specifications on this chipset. Change our users' opinion on this powerful processor. Now, when we take a brief look at some of the highlights of the Dimensity 1100, to start it all off, is a 6nm processor, making this one of the best chipsets we've used in the X series and POCO. Super power efficient. Then we also have the A78 structure, which is a flagship level, and along with its octa-core, amazing processing speed is not a problem. And then we have the Mali G77, a well-known GPU by MediaTek, making sure you get to turn that gaming graphics all the way up. The result of all these powerful features is a pretty crazy benchmark score. When you compare to Dimensity 1200, it actually doesn't have that much difference. Both devices uses an A78 structure, 6nm processor, and octa-core. 1200 is a bit more powerful, but 1100 is more power efficient. But we didn't just put our efforts in the chipset. We had to up every other part of the performance. When it comes to the RAM, both the X-Ray GT will have 8GB RAM across all variants, giving only the flagship standard size RAM. And when it comes to the storage speed, we'll have UFS 3.1, which is still the latest ROM technology in the flagship smartphone segment. We also have storage up to 256GB, which is plenty for your games, music, apps, and videos. So, to sum up the 3 main things we've talked about, we have a flagship processor, the Dimensity 1100, UFS 3.1, powerful ROM technology that allows you to load apps or transferring files very quickly, and 8GB RAM to ensure multitasking is handled with ease. So we have the power in the POCO X-Ray GT. What about the speed? That's where 5G comes in. POCO X-Ray GT will be our first 5G model under the X series. But not just any 5G. Thanks to Dimensity 1100, the POCO X-Ray GT will support dual 5G SIM card. Now to make things clear, both SIM card will be able to support 5G at the same time. There are still a lot of devices on the market that support dual SIM. However, only one 5G SIM card. Dual 5G is the way to go. Other than 5G, X-Ray GT also supports Wi-Fi 6, which allows more throughput increase compared to Wi-Fi 5. This allows your device to buffer video faster, less lag when gaming or video calling, keeping the connection more stable, allowing a smooth experience. Now with all of these performance features, some of the fans may have concern if it might get too hot, overheating the overall device, then it throttles and causes a performance drop. Well, we have one word to answer those concerns: chill. We always focus on the sustainable performance, as we believe that matters just as much as peak performance. So for the POCO X-Ray GT, we have liquid cool technology 2.0. Now, this specific technology was launched all the way back in our very first device, the POCO F1. And now we have further matured the tech, the structure, pushing the cooling to the extreme. By having 16,370 square millimeter of cooling surface. But what does that mean? With multiple layers of graphite covering directly behind the display and other hotspots such as the processor, the battery, it can cool off faster than the usual cooling. The result is even crazier, cooling the CPU core up to 11 degrees. That's a massive difference. With the structure of liquid cool technology 2.0, you will be able to stay cool and sustain that awesome speed. Now to continue the theme of sustainable performance, we've also got to talk about the battery, which the POCO X-Ray GT features a solid standard 5,000 mAh, over 2 days of power with no problem. 5,000 mAh is a good amount of power to sustain, but we all know fast charging is becoming more of a demand. In our previous X-Series devices, we featured a 33-watt fast charging, which was relatively quick. However, we might want to change the things up with the X-Ray GT. We ask ourselves, is it possible to speed up, making the charging experience even better than it already was? Well, we certainly did. Featuring in the POCO X-Ray GT, our charging speed has now increased to 67-watt turbocharging. Now, this is also the fastest charging available in X series and the overall POCO brand. Our fastest charging yet. And what's even better is we'll also be including a 67-watt inbox charger, which is super handy when you go traveling and you only need to bring one charger around and charge all your devices. With the combination of 5,000 mAh battery and 67-watt turbocharging, you can charge up to 100% in just 42 minutes. 42 minutes, you can get a whole day of usage. Now, this is the performance from the POCO X-Ray GT. With so many flagship features, the X-Ray GT not only has the power, but also the speed. With the newly released MediaTek Dimensity 1100, upgraded RAM and ROM to 5G, Wi-Fi 6, and of course, a 67-watt turbocharging, POCO X-Ray GT is without a doubt the fastest X series yet. Now, when it comes to display, X series also was the first POCO smartphone to feature high refresh rate, starting from POCO X-Ray NFC, which had an 120 Hz refresh rate. Let's talk about X-Ray GT display. The display size is maintained at a very comfortable viewing size of 6.6 inch. It's not too massive where you must use two hands to use it, but it's also large enough for some immersive video streaming or gaming. In order to further a perfect immersive experience, we stayed with the same design as the previous generation, a dot display, keeping it clean so that you can get the true full screen feel. And we still maintain the FHD Plus 1080 quality. It's simple and straightforward. And for our X series, known for entertainment and gaming, keeping it high quality and crystal clear is a must. We also have a lot of other features that comes with the POCO X-Ray GT. For example, 360-degree light sensor, which can detect your lighting environment and adjust the brightness that's best fitting. Reading mode 3.0, which allows you to have paper texture reading. For those who love reading a real book, you can almost experience the same feel with the POCO X-Ray GT's reading mode. It's great. I recommend everyone to try it out. And of course, X-Ray GT has sunlight display and P3 white color gamut, keeping it colorful and vibrant. Of course, 120Hz will be available on the POCO X-Ray GT. It's been almost a full year since we've launched 120Hz in our POCO lineups. And honestly, it's really one of those features that once you use, you really can't go back. So smooth for anything, especially just scrolling through web pages or social media platform. But our 120Hz is also so dynamic. With our dynamic switch technology, the X-Ray GT will optimize the best frame rate possible, which also helps battery consumption. Let's take a look at a video. Now let's move to our display protection. As always, we'll have Corning Gorilla Glass protection. In our previously launched POCO X-Ray Pro, we upgraded to Corning Gorilla Glass 6. For the GT, we'll be featuring Corning Gorilla Glass Victus. Now this is the latest and best Corning Gorilla Glass protection available in the market. Usually only found in super flagships that cost more than $1,000. With Victus, you are getting 1.5 times better improved fall resistance and 2 times scratch resistance compared to Corning Gorilla Glass 6, which is a very big improvement. You won't need to worry all the time if you are putting your phone along with your keys in the pocket or bag. The X-Ray GT will be all okay. So with our POCO X-Ray GT display, we kept a lot of things our fans loved. The high refresh rate, the big screen, features like 360-degree light sensor, and of course, we also maintained a 240Hz touch sampling rate. Now improved with Corning Gorilla Victus, we have certainly taken up to the next level. This is powerful and fast display you want. With such a great display and performance, the POCO X-Ray GT also comes in at an elegant yet powerful look. Let's check out the colors and design on the X-Ray GT. Gotta start with new black color. As you can see, it's a glossy finish that's super elegant and classy. Now the reason why we call it Stargaze Black is because you look closely, you can actually see the shining dots to give it a bit character. Super cool. And people might even think you are using a case, but we didn't end there with the cool design. We got cloud white, which is very, very clean and simple starting color. It's got swiftness feel of the cloud, and it just looks so good. And lastly, besides cloud white and stargaze black, we have wave blue. Why is it called wave blue? A wave can be powerful, it can be fast, but most important, watching waves can be soothing and exciting. And that's what wave blue stands for. So here it is, the POCO X-Ray GT in 3 stunning colors. All three have their own personality. So which one is your favorite? Now we've gone over the colors, but let's take an even closer look at the back design. It doesn't just feel like any phone's back, it actually has a texture. With our latest back design, you can feel the texture of the lines here, giving you actually a great hand feel experience, and it looks great. This is something we've never done before, and we are super excited. This specific design is available on the Cloud White and Wave Blue, so if you are a big fan of this texture design, make sure to get one of those colors. Now we haven't finished with the feel yet. Haptics is also a big part of the overall experience. You don't want your phone just look good, but also feel good. For those who aren't too familiar with the smartphone haptics, we've listed out 3 kinds here. We have rotor motor, which is most commonly found in the entry-level smartphone, which isn't that great of an experience. Then we have Z-axis linear motor, which will give you some solid feedback. Then the X-axis linear motor, which will have your mind blown on how detailed and crisp each tap you make on your phone. For the X-Ray GT, we feature, of course, the flagship level X-axis linear motor. Now this is the first time we'll pair such a premium haptic in X series, and that's because we realized no matter if you're just chatting or sending messages or gaming, feedback is a huge part of the experience. So we just had to offer the best. Now besides feedback, we also have other design experience that our fans love, which is dual speakers, offering an immersive and powerful sound experience for our users. Dual speakers are super important for the entertainment, for watching videos, or streaming content. It offers an unbelievable experience. And that sound experience is certified by Dolby Atmos, high-res audio and high-res audio wireless. So make sure to try your music out on those speakers or your movies. It's like having a pocket cinema sound. So that sums up all over design for POCO X-Ray GT. We've got stunning color options for you to choose with new design language. And a design experience such as X-axis linear motor and dual speakers that completes the whole package. Lastly, we have a camera. You may have already seen a glimpse of the camera from the previous photo earlier, but let's take a closer look. For the POCO X-Ray GT, we have a flagship level all-purpose triple camera setup featuring a 64 megapixel main camera, 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera that supports 120-degree shots, and a 2 megapixel macro camera. All 3 options for you to ensure you can capture different shots and explore your creativity. Let's take a look at some of the sample shots we took. For our 64 megapixel main camera, you can take any easy shot with it. Scenery shots or model shots, you name it. It's super versatile and crisp on the details. Just look at this photo. You can see the green details on the floor, along with the models clearly shot. And for our ultra-wide shots, you are able to capture even more. Now there's something special about this shot. Can you guess what it is? If you look closely, the left side of the photo is actually a reflection of the right side, since the middle is a long piece of glass. While doing awesome creative shots like this, ultra-wide can come in handy and capture an even more impressive photo. Besides making the photo wider, we also have macro mode to get up closer. For example, a photo like this, with awesome lighting around it, very simple, just a chain. But you turn on macro mode, and you get to get even closer. This type of shots, where you can see before and after, are always fun and perfect for social media platforms. Let's take another look at a cool macro shot. Look at this. This is one of the coolest macro photos I've ever seen. The original object is already very stunning, but look at the macro mode turn down. Even more staggering. Now, besides main camera, ultra-wide, and macro shots, we also have night mode available. For those who love snapping shots at night, this mode will come in handy. Using smart AI engine to boost the lighting and making sure the photo is still clear and crisp even in dark environments. It's great for the night scenery shots. Now we talk about the day and night, but actually we have selfie camera that can also help you optimize your photos, no matter it's during the daytime or nighttime. We got all your photo needs covered. And to talk about some editing and video features. AI Skyscaping 3.0, one of the most beloved features by our fans. It allows you to change the sky scenery to multiple options. So if you are traveling and you took a nice scenery shot, but the weather isn't so great, this feature can help you fix that. Let's take a look at a sample. That was an awesome demonstration, and I highly recommend our users to try it out. And now we'll introduce a new vlog mode editing theme. We have multiple new ones, and we'll demonstrate one of them called Cool. And also we have the Pro time-lapse mode. Please enjoy. An awesome video feature that you can really tune to your own liking. Now let's recap some of the features we talked about today. Here are some of the amazing features we've added in the X series for the very first time. A 5G flagship processor from MediaTek Dimensity 1100 and Wi-Fi 6. Cooling technology at its finest, 67-watt turbocharging, which is the fastest charging tech in the POCO brand. And awesome features like Corning Gorilla Glass Victus and X-axis linear motor. POCO X-Ray GT, here it is the overall summary. It's a flagship level device all around that has the power and speed. And this phone can speed past any smartphones at its segment. The perfect 5G all-rounder for your daily use. Let's check out the price for POCO X-Ray GT. For our first option, the 8GB plus 128GB option, it starts at 1,249 dirhams. Isn't that shocking? That's an amazing price. This is available exclusively on Amazon. That's a jaw-dropping price. When I heard the price from the team, I was mind-blown, constantly asking, are you sure? Now we do have the higher variant. For our second variant, the 8GB plus 256GB option, we also have an amazing retail price, starting at 1,399 dirhams. Truly amazing value. This is POCO's most aggressive pricing yet. So these are the POCO X-Ray variants launched today. POCO X-Ray GT will be available from July the 29th. POCO X-Ray GT 8GB plus 128GB will be available exclusively at Amazon.ae, starting at 1,249 dirhams. And the 8 plus 256GB variant, starting at 1,399 dirham, will be available at all official sales channels from July the 29th. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is me, Gary, from POCO Middle East. We'll see you soon with another exciting product. Till then, stay safe.
Thank you, Gary. That was really nice presentation. Thank you so much. هلا اجا وقت العربي لغتنا تنفسر أكثر عن إطلاقة البوكو اكس 3 جي تي. أكيد نحن هون عم نحكي عن جهاز بوكو اكس 3 جي تي معروف بالسرعة وبالقوة، في مواصفات الفلاج شيب، كل الخصائص اللي احنا بنعوزها بالهواتف الفلاج شيب موجودة فيه، زائد أكيد نحن عم نحكي هون عن سمارت فون سرعة مضاعفة، وأكيد بيدعم شبكة ال 5G. نواف.
وطبعا من اهم العناصر بالتليفون اللي هو البروسيسور المعالج اللي عباره عن ميديا تك دايمنسيتي 1100. طبعا مهم جدا يعني وانت تلعب الالعاب مثل ببجي او كول اوف ديوتي ان التليفون ما يحمى كثير وتقدر تلعب على راحتك بدون اي ازعاج مثل ما يقولون.
قديش الرامات تقريبا؟ بتعرف قد ايه الرامات؟
يعني تقريبا من 6 عندهم متوقع اللي هو موجود و8 جي بي.
اوكي، هذا الشيء كشخص انت بتحب الالعاب وكجيمرز بتلاقي هذا الشيء يعني معروفه بوكو انه حكيت عن موضوع الحماوه، هتلاقي الشيء انه بالسرعه بالجيمز ما بيقطع ما بيهنج الجهاز معك على فتره.
طبعا
اكيد بيساعد.
طبعا اكيد في بعض الالعاب اللي تحتاج الجرافيكس على ما يقولون سيتنج عالي جدا، لذلك يعني التلفونات بشكل عام انها تحمى كثير، وبعض التلفون اللي تحتاج بس برفورمانس، فاهم؟ فيعني هذا الشيء جدا ضروري ان التلفون ما يحمى وما يزعجك في وقت اللعب.
هون اكيد عم نحكي كمان على يو اس سي باور. عندنا الرامات قلت 8 او 6؟
8.
8.
نعم.
فعم نحكي بسرعه رائعه كتليفون عادي للاستعمال اليومي، واكيد كجيمرز. اهم شيء بس نقول على جيمز وعم نحكي عن العاب واشخاص تطلع الصبح من البيت وبترجع مأخره، البطاريه. بوكو معروفه ببطاريه، يعني بحسهم بيعملوا بطاريه وبيخلقوا جهاز من حولها. بطاريه البوكو الاكس 3 جي تي يا نواف 5000 ملي امبير.
شيء مميز بصراحه، وطبعا للناس اللي هي طبعا تتنقل وتسير بين يعني مناطق بشكل يعني بشكل يومي مثلا، وما يصبر مثلا يلعب على الكمبيوتر وهالامور، يكون عنده تلفون يقدر يلعب لاوقات طويله وما يحس انه لازم يسيف البطاريه لبرامج اخرى.
زائد انه
نعم.
عم نحكي بس مش بس كجيمرز، اكيد عم نحكي كاستعمال يومي. 5000 ملي امبير كنا نحكي من قبل وحاكي بالموضوع مع نواف برات التصوير انه خلص ما بقى فينا نحط ببطاريات اقل من هيك، والشحن سريع عنا اياه
67. نعم
67 واط يعني.
نعم تيربو تشارجنج يعتبر.
دائما بحكي لكل الاشخاص اللي بيستعملوا اجهزه تليفونات استعملوا الشاحن اللي جاي بالعلبه، شاحن الجهاز جاي بالعلبه مع بوكو. اوكي، زائد انه بيشحن ب 47 دقيقه او بقد ايه؟
42 دقيقه ل 100. نعم فل، وشيء مميز يعني صراحه.
انا دائما عندي 5 6 زياده بقول لك فعندنا شاحن سريع وبطاريه قويه بتميز البوكو الجي تي اكس 3. بدي اقول شغله بعد انه هيدا اول بوكو اكس 3 جي تي بيدعم ال 5 جي من فئه الاكس اكيد. نواف.
وطبعا ضروري ان الموبايل بعد يدعم الموضوع شريحتين هالايام، ان يكون عندك مثلا رقم خاص او رقم مثلا للشغل الدوام، فهذا شيء ضروري طبيعي تشوفه في الموبايلات هذه الايام.
شغله كثير 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 مهمه مع البوكو اكس 3 جي تي، بيدعم الواي فاي 6. شو الواي فاي 6 وليش كل العالم تحكي وعم تتجه لصوب الواي فاي 6؟ هلا هون عم نحكي عن جهاز بيلقط فيرتيكال وهوريزونتال، عم ياخذ وين ما كان كواي فاي كسيجنال موجوده. المستقبل الانترنت اوف ثينج الاي او تي هو بيدعم الواي فاي 6. هون عم نحكي عن جهاز هو بيدعم المستقبل اللي جاي. هون عم نحكي عن سنه ونص سنتين لقدام بوكو، يعني مش عم نحكي هون عن جهاز حيخلص معك سنه او بعد، لا، واي فاي 6 مكمل معك.
طبعا جدا مهم، اهم شيء الواي فاي ان تكون نتورك ممتاز يوم تلعب بالالعاب، انه ما يكون عندك لاج، وبالذات يوم يزيد الترافيك والناس تزيد وقت اللعب. هذا شيء جدا جدا مهم، ويكون اكبر عدو هو اللاج اذا ما كان شيء مميز.
اوكي نواف، كنت حكي على شغله بس عن موضوع الحماوه بالاجهزه. في بعض الالعاب اللي مع الوقت بتلاقي الجهاز بيحمى معك واوفر هيت، وفي منهم اجهزه بتطفي. شو حلول قدمتها بوكو
مم.
الاكس 3 جي تي.
نعم، والشيء المميز في هذا التلفون اللي طبعا يمنع ان التلفون يحمي، بالذات ان تعرف الموبايلات يعني الالعاب بشكل عام يعني في سيتنجز مختلفين، في الهاي في الميديوم مودريت، والشيء الحلو انك تقدر تلعب الالعاب على هاي سيتنج مع الليكويد كول تكنولوجي الموجود في هذا الهاتف اللي ما يخليه انه يحمى.
ككولينج سيستم.
نعم، كولينج سيستم
رائع،
بالضبط.
جميل، لك تستفيد منه هيك.
اكيد نعم.
بوكو هون عم نحكي كاكس 3 جي تي ديزاين معروف كجهاز. اول شيء شاشه، خلينا نحكي اول شيء 6.5 والدوت ديسبلاي، يعني الحواف مش موجوده، عم نشوف فول سكرين فول اتش دي بلس 1080 الكواليتي تبعيته.
نعم، ومن اهم الاشياء طبعا اللي هو ان الشاشه ماخذه الواجهه بكبرها، يعني هذا الشيء وايد يعطيك احساس حلو وانت تلعب، ما تحس انه فيه حواف مخربه يعني، بالذات مع اللقطات مثلا يوم تلعب. ثم هو الشيء الثاني طبعا الفول اتش دي، هذا جدا مهم، يعني اي شيء اقل ممكن يكون اوت ديتد تكنولوجي.
عندك كمان بخصوص الكبسه او التاتش سكرين الموجوده، هي عندك يا 240 اتش دي، فيعتبر رقم كبير كاشخاص مثلك بتحب.
نعم، ضروري الاستجابه تكون سريعه بالذات في الالعاب. والشيء الثاني بعد اللي حابين نتكلم عنه اللي هو الريفرش ريت للموبايل، اللي هو عباره عن 120 هرتز، وهذا يعني طبعا هذه الايام اي لعبه شوتر او لعبه سيارات او غيره مهم جدا ان الريفرش ريت يكون بهذه تقريبا 120. يعني متعودين احنا قبل يوم كنا قبل كم سنه الليمت يكون 60، ف 120 شيء جدا مميز بالذات انه على موبايل. يعني
في عندك كذا مود موجود يا نواف بالسكرين توفر بطاريه اكثر وكحمايه اكثر. هون عم نحكي عن مثلا مود القرايه، انا شخص بحب القرايه، انت بتحب الجيمز، هون حيكون عندي الاضاءه الموجوده عندي والريفرش. هون مش عم تستعمل انت ال 120 هرتز، حتستعمل اقل من ال 120 هرتز اكيد للقرايه، ممكن توصل لل 10 او ل 20 عكس اللي انت حتستعمله وقت تكون عم تلعب جيم.
بالضبط، يعني الحلو في الموبايل هذا يعني للاستخدام اليومي او الاستخدام مثلا الامور اللي تحتاج مثلا باور طاقه وهالامور، فالجيمنج والاستخدام اليومي والقراءه وغيرها، فهذا المود صدق يعني صدق مميز يعني في بروتكتور.
نقطة ثانية بدي احكي عنها الحماية، ومن اهم القصص اللي بتصير نحن بس نشتري جهاز يكون محمي بالقليلة. هون عم نحكي عن مستحيل الرقم، او بس كنت عم بقرا قلت مش معقول تكون عم نحكي هون يا نواف عن كورين جوريلا جلاس 6 فيكس. في كثير اجهزة موجودة بالسوق، صدقني انا شخص بعمل مراجعة اكثر من 100 او 150 جهاز بالسنة. كورين جوريلا جلاس 6 انت هون عم تحكي عن التوب من الفلاج شيب يجي ينحط كهيك حمايه بجهاز للبوكو. هذا بيعتبر شيء كثير رائع كحمايه للجهاز.
طبعا كالجيمرز يعني ضروري يكون في حمايه، لا سمح الله عصب ولا شيء
يمسك الشاشه هيك كسر فيها.
نعم بالضبط. والشيء الثاني بعد طبعا السماعات، اهم شيء طبعا السماعات يعني
كم سماعه عندكم؟
في المودول سبيكرز
اثنين.
نعم
كثير منيح.
فهذا الشيء هو المميز، لانه يعني قبل
مش
احنا
مونو
نلعب
عم تحكي.
العاب بنحط سماعات عشان شو نندمج في اللعب، ولكن السماعه قويه جدا وسيرتيفايد بدولبي اتموس، فهذا الشيء يعطيك الاندماج، ما له داعي تلبس سماعه قويه كحالها يعني.
دولبي اتموس معروفه بالصوت الرائع، موجوده والهوم يعني بالبيوت وكذا. فمجرد انه يجي يحطوها بجهاز، على فكره انا عم بعمل جيم تنلعب انا وياك، يعني تقريبا صرنا مخلصين بس عم بعمل جيم تعمل لك انفيتيشن.
زين خلاص.
فكدولبي اتموس اكيد عم نحكي انه كاجهزه صوت معروفه كثير منيح. مع بوكو حيطلع الصوت رائع. اشخاص بتعرفني بوقت الفراغ واللي عامل فولو بتحضر الانستغرام والفيسبوك بيعرف انه انا شخص بحب التصوير. كاميرا مش واحده، عندنا 3 كاميرات بالخلف موجودين 64 ميجا بكسل، وعندنا واحده عدسه وايد 8 ميجا بكسل، وعندنا مايكرو كاميرا. نواف بالنهايه وبنهايه الايفنت تبعون البوكو اكس 3 جي تي، اذا حقول لك هيك لف وقل لي شو اكثر نقط عجبتك بالجي تي، بتحب هيك نوه عنها.
صراحه سهل جدا ولكن
سوي هيك لف هيك وقل لي شو عجبك اكثر شيء.
طبعا ال 120 ريفرش ريت، كول اوف ديوتي وهالامور تحتاج الريفرش ريت، والبطاريه والشحن السريع، هذه اهم النقاط اللي عندي.
بالنسبه لنواف عجبه القصص اللي بتحب الناس تعملها وقت تكون عم تلعب، صح؟ مكان شاشه.
نعم.
ونسيت حكيت كمان يمكن على السرعه بالاداء كمان.
أكيد.
انا عجبني الدولبي اتموس، اكيد عجبتني الكاميرا 64 ميجا بكسل، عجبتني الوايد انجل، التايم لاب. كل واحد حسب شو اهتماماته
هواياته.
ما تنسوا انتم كمان اللي عم تحضرونا قولوا شو اهتمامكم، شو عجبكم اكثر شيء بالبوكو الاكس 3 جي تي من هلا لوقتها. لك نواف شكرا لك،
يعطيك الف
ثانك يو،
عافيه.
نشوفك بالبوكو جاي ان شاء
ان
الله.
شاء الله.
شكرا كثير لكم. هيدي كان كل شيء عنا اياه اليوم مع بوكو اكس 3 جي تي. بنشوفكم بالبوكو جاي اذا بدكم. هلا لوقتها، سلام.
مع السلامه.